TikTokers, and welcome back to my YouTube channel. Thank you so much for clicking on my video. I said it in my video yesterday and I really want to reiterate it at the start of every video. You're subscribed to probably a lot of creators who are uploading a lot of content daily, weekly, whatever. So I appreciate that your feed is pretty filled to the max right now, and I appreciate you clicking on my video and choosing to hear what I have to say and hopefully engaging in the comment section below. I do just want to say as well, I've been spending a lot of time recently going through my comment sections, and in some of my videos I've responded to and hearted every single comment. So just know that if you comment, there is probably 90% chance that I'll heart it or respond to it, just because I'm enjoying so much having the conversation, seeing what your opinion is, and then responding back to it. So I'd really appreciate that, especially for today's video. And also, please comment below letting me know what time it is and where you're watching from, because I think that's also really interesting and I've been loving that. Okay, today's video is going to be about Emma Chamberlain. Now, Emma Chamberlain is getting called out by her own fans, and I'm gonna be honest, I did see this coming. Now, this is coming from someone who really likes Emma Chamberlain, and I'm gonna try this with my most unbiased point of view moving forward. However, I do need to let you know that I really do like Emma Chamberlain, and I actually met her in Paris last month at a Louis Vuitton event, and it's just like whenever it's like one of your favorite creators. So again, I'm just getting this fangirl bit out at the start of the video before we get in, then I'll be like, alright, Adam McIntyre, head, strong. And she was so polite, she stopped for a photo, she talked, she didn't have to, she was tired from the event. I really appreciated that. And yeah, okay. Professional. Okay, Emma Chamberlain's getting called out by her own fans. Now, again, I'm reiterating that I did see this coming. If you've never seen an Emma Chamberlain video in your life, basically, she used to upload vlogs that were almost very clickbaity in a sense, very LA vlogs. The title was challenge, drinking at every coffee shop in LA challenge, staying inside for 24 hours challenge, how many hobbies can I do in 24 hours challenge, something with my cats challenge. There was always a goal. Now, I want you to remember that. There was always a goal in these vlogs. So she was doing said goal or achieving said thing in each video and showing her day-to-day doing it. So it was technically a vlog, but it did surround less so on her life and more so on whatever activity she was doing in that video. So whenever Emma Chamberlain, within the past month or two, changed completely her video creating style, her editing, her online persona basically, that was a different style of vlog. It is a more somber, almost very sad, wholesome energy to it, where the videos mainly surround her being like a 20-year-old woman, living alone, being a 20-year-old woman, traveling alone, trying to entertain yourself on your own, doing activities on your own. And the overall feel of these vlogs is a lot more casual, cozy, and a lot of people at the start were very much so finding themselves and identifying themselves in these videos because their favorite creator, who is a millionaire, who has all these millions of subscribers, and Emma Chamberlain is also like a brand ambassador for Louis Vuitton. She's always at their fashion shows, she's always wearing the designer clothes. They were able to find themselves in Emma because they were like, oh look, you know, she's spending all day in bed and then she goes to the coffee shop and she's doing the same activities, she's painting a little bit here and there, she isn't getting invited out to events, or she isn't, you know, because they're able to see these vlogs that are structured in a way by Emma, in my opinion, that show a more relatable point of view. Now, I don't think that's necessarily a bad thing, and here's why. So basically, there are posts that are doing numbers on Reddit, Twitter, YouTube comment sections, Discords that I have been getting sent about Emma Chamberlain from her own fans who have been criticizing her greatly for this new style of content because they feel lied to. Now, the reason they feel lied to, and I'm going to read them out, is because they think that Emma is hiding behind a relatability, almost I'm alone all the time, or relatability, different style of vlogs that are shown in a way where she's not flexing money, she's not flexing her millionaire house, she's not flexing all the travel, she's not flexing that she's with Louis Vuitton, she's not flexing that she's basically one of the mainstream celebrity YouTubers. She was at the Met Gala, and the way she was able to creatively film that video wasn't flexing that she was at the Met Gala, it was, you know, taking us along with the Met Gala and how stressed out she was, and it was a very relatable point of view. Even though we're not going to the Met Gala, it almost seemed like it. So that's the rundown if you haven't seen Emma's videos or you don't know what's going on. Also, my neck might be a little bit stained still with fake blood. It's not hickeys. I hate to break it to you. It's fake blood that will not come off. So I'd appreciate if you could let me know how to take that off, because Halloween's in a couple days. So with that being said, I understand why Emma Chamberlain is showing what she's showing in her videos. If a YouTuber flexes, if a YouTuber starts showing off their mansion house, starts showing off all these brand deals, starts showing off this, a huge chunk, if not most, will not be able to identify with that YouTuber or that person anymore because that's not everyone's life. It's not relatable anymore. So there's no appeal there for a big chunk of people. Now, for a lot of other people, they know that these events are happening and they want to be a part of it. But a lot of people, you know, either get envious of that or just can't find themselves in it anymore. So whenever people are criticizing a YouTuber, let's not even say it's Emma, a YouTuber for coming on camera and doing mundane things in a vlog, it's really interesting to me because so many YouTubers get criticized for going above and beyond flexing, and now a YouTuber is getting called out for not doing that and just living a normal life on camera. Now, I'm gonna read this post and get to it. It's very interesting. Just like knowing that this is what Emma Chamberlain fans are thinking. So someone said on Reddit, a while ago I watched this YouTube video about Emma in which it was discussed her whole YouTube persona is fake, that she is very smart and makes content that'll bring her views/money. It kind of opened my eyes. She always portrays herself as this basic, lonely person who stays at home all day, eats in bed, and has nothing to do, when in reality we can see, for example, on her Instagram, that she has a very, very exciting life. She goes to all kinds of events, fashion shows, travels constantly, and has a boyfriend. I'm not saying she has to show us these kinds of things in her video if she doesn't want to share too much of her personal life, but she acts like her life is completely different than what it actually is. I'm pretty sure at this point she deliberately doesn't put any of that in her videos because she knows she wouldn't be relatable to her fans anymore. I like Emma. I will continue to watch her videos because I enjoy them, and it will, you know, it has been a habit for me to watch these over the years, but I just feel like I'm being lied to. I'll read out a couple of the responses, then I'm going to get to my opinions because I very confidently have strong thoughts on this. So someone said, yup, even with her trying to be relatable, we all know she kind of can't be apt. She's rich, pretty, skinny, white, with, I don't understand those points, has a crazy house and car, has the dream life when it comes to expectations for a 20-year-old girl. However, I know that she struggles with mental health issues, but I know and hope that you get what I mean. And I don't know if it actually feels forced to not show the more flashy parts of her life. I wish she knew that there's people out there that just simply like her character and overall vibes. And I'm gonna keep watching whatever she posts. I never started watching her because I thought she was just like me. Not at all. I have never related one bit to her except for when it comes to eating blueberries. I just like that she's a funny girl, and I think it'd be pretty cool if she showed us more of her life, but at the same time, it's completely understandable if she doesn't. Someone else said, agreed. I feel like she doesn't want to show the exciting parts of her life in order to stay relatable for her audience, because that's what then makes her unauthentic. She can't do both. Now I'm going to read out the final response, then I'm going to get to stuff. I see both sides. No doubt I think she spends some days of her life extremely boring, and other days she's back and forth traveling and doing coffee and fashion related things. I think she shows a watered down version of the events that happen to stay somewhat relatable. But it also wouldn't surprise me if a lot of the things she attends are boring. For example, the Met Gala is branded as glitz and glamour for us, but inside the event might be really dull. Overall, I don't think she tries to hide things, but her downfall is she seems that she doesn't want to take any risks. I started watching her because I wanted to see what the hype was about. I liked her personality and continue to watch knowing all of this. She could do anything and people would still watch because she has a loyal fan base. Okay, here is my thing on this. If you do not know, around 2 years ago, Emma Chamberlain moved from San Francisco to Los Angeles. Now, around this time, she was doing collabs with really big YouTubers, she was part of the Sister Squad, and around that time, she started to lose a lot of subscribers. Around that time as well, there were drama videos made about her constantly, and there were a lot of people talking about her on these forums. Now, they were talking about her on these forums because they said that once she moved to LA, she turned into a fake girl, and her life was so materialistic now. She was just trying to flaunt the wealth, she was trying to be like an LA typical girl, and she was getting a lot of criticism for this for almost 2 years. People were criticizing if she wore something that was too expensive, even though if she didn't address it. If she went to an event, people would pay up online, like look up how much the ticket was, post it and be like, Emma's going to this event, it's this amount of money. So for so long, Emma was getting criticized for taking the leap from a smaller place to Los Angeles and then becoming not relatable. So I have just told you that. So I would say this in the defense of any creator, because I think it happens whenever any creator moves to Los Angeles, regardless of if they change or whatever, even though they are going to, because their reality is so much different now. People will immediately say that they've changed, that they are now the LA typical sellout. So it's interesting to me that the fan base of Emma Chamberlain knows that she got that amount of backlash, and that lingered around her character for so long on people saying that she became fake and just turned into, you know, the typical influencer girl. And so whenever it seems that Emma has matured and is showing a different side of her life on camera, which is a more watered down or just a typical day, like someone can go to the Met Gala, someone can be a brand ambassador with Louis Vuitton, someone can have a boyfriend, someone can have the most amount of friends in the world, and they can still spend a lot of days in bed. They can still spend a lot of days with their cats. They can still spend a lot of days just going to the park, and that's the only activity they do in a day. So it very much, to me, an overall take on this personally, is that YouTubers in general, influencers, are damned if they do, damned if they don't. You know, a YouTuber gets big and they make a lot of money and they possibly move somewhere. Immediately the viewers attack them, saying that they can't relate to them anymore and they find them not relatable, right? They are just so far out of their reach, right? If the YouTuber continues acting the same way they are, then they lose all love from their fans, because they can no longer find themselves in that person and they fed into that narrative. So there's that take on it. However, if someone's getting all that criticism and then they decide to, you know, not really engage in flex culture, not showing you every watch they're buying, not showing you their brands they're working with constantly or things like this, then they're hiding their life, even though that is their normal life. It's not mine or your life. We're not getting invited to these events. We're not worth this amount of money. We don't have these houses. However, then they're getting criticized for not showing their true life and showing a more normal life, like what we're living, and they're being fake, or they're hiding stuff, or they can no longer be relatable anymore because people don't think they're telling the truth. So what I've just said to you is the two only possibilities in this situation. So damned if you do, damned if you don't. It's just incredibly interesting to me, because a lot of people criticize, you know, the likes of Tana Mojo for engaging in flex culture and going out to parties and doing the most and just flexing money. However, if Tana was to stop doing that now and was to start only posting, you know, wholesome, me staying at home, me going for coffee runs, and then on her Instagram we saw her going out or whatever, people would then start to criticize Tana for, they're criticizing Tana now for engaging in flex culture, but they would criticize Tana for, you know, lying about her life, not showing the truth, hiding stuff from her audience, not being fully authentic. So there's another example of it. So it is really this in-between where creators probably don't know what to do. And also at the same time, a lot of people criticize the likes of Emma Chamberlain for, you know, their vlogs being more so somber, right? However, if you really watch creators like Emma Chamberlain's videos, she talks about the fact that she's filming because she enjoys filming, it gives her something to do, and she's having a really low mental health day, and that is not something you fake. If you're having a low day, you're not gonna go out and do everything. You're not gonna go to your boyfriend's house. You're not gonna go clubbing. You're going to do the more boring stuff, right? And also, on the other extreme of it, Emma talked about in her podcast, Anything Goes, that, you know, this is time that she is choosing to spend alone. She has acknowledged that a lot of people are criticizing her for always being alone, and that they find it weird and they find it sad and they're worried for her and they're, you know, almost depressed for her. And she said that, I have my friends, I go traveling, and sometimes my friends pop in the trips, but she was like, I'm a person that enjoys my alone time. I am a person that self-inflicts this on myself, and then if I want to see someone, I go out. Now, I don't know if you live alone, you live with a partner, you live with roommates, you live with family, you live with whoever, or you know what I mean, whatever your circumstance is. For me, I live alone. So for me, every day looks completely different, and I can't really assume what my day tomorrow is going to look like. Some days I spend it just in my apartment. I do not leave. Some days, multiple days in a row, I don't leave my apartment. And then some days, multiple times in a row, I'm never in my apartment. It's so touch and go, and it really is when you're living alone. You just decide if you want to go out and see people that day. So the truth of the matter is that Emma Chamberlain is filming her life, and in these vlogs, she is showing what she's doing. She's not overly showing them, but if she was to overshow them, then people would be pissed off. If you're watching a video about Emma Chamberlain going to the Met Gala, for example, and the video is 10 minutes long, and 7 minutes of that is Emma just getting ready and getting her coffee and something, you know, just her talking to the camera, and then only 3 minutes of it is at the Met Gala, more people are gonna like that than if it's 7 minutes of the Met Gala and then only 3 minutes of talking. I feel like that's a really good take on it. I'm sorry, I really feel like that's a good grasp of it. The like time talking, the event, the time talking. Regardless of the amount of money said creator has, the house that they have, the life that they live behind the camera, right? Whatever that is, they can still talk to a camera, and it's like, it's just really interesting to me because we're approaching a day and age of influencers where we're appreciating more long-form content, we're appreciating more someone sitting down in front of a camera, and I'm so glad that we are, please God, please, can it never come back? Flex culture. The Jake Paul, Logan Paul, watch, money, throwing money, wasting money on pranks, like all this stuff. That was one of the worst times on the internet. So can we stop, please? We know that all of these people that we talk about are worth millions. We know it. They live in wealthy houses. They have great lives, right? We know that. So can we please just let them do that and film their normal day-to-day videos, and we can like not ask for them to like show us the flex culture anymore? Because I don't know about you, but flex culture doesn't go down well for my mental health watching it, because it's just very, first of all, cringy, but also it's very much so showing the other side, right? And it's nice to be able to watch a creator like Emma, in my opinion, where you've watched them grow up, get opportunity after opportunity after opportunity, worth all this amount of money, and yet I'm still able to watch a video that's 10 minutes long of her sitting down, and I'm able to find something in it because she's showing the more day-to-day life that we all live. And also, if you're worth all of this and you're doing all of this, you are probably going to spend most of your days doing activities like me and you. Oh my God, look at the Kardashians. They go for coffee runs, they go on walks, they go on hikes. On Keeping Up with the Kardashians, that might be a good analogy as well. Most of the time on that show, right? Like, they're doing things. They're going to events, whatever. It's flashy. They're maybe invited to Paris. They go to Paris. They're doing an event in Germany or whatever. Then they're going to New York Fashion Week. The reason for that is flashy, entertaining, wow. If the Kardashians were to start doing a series that was just them sitting down on the sofa and them talking, people are going to criticize them for not showing their true life. However, it's damned if you do, damned if you don't. So, whatever a creator chooses to show you, I think you can evaluate whether you want to watch it or not. Yes, if you've watched a creator from the time that they had 0 subscribers and they're now at like however amount of million subscribers and they're getting millions of views per video, yes, you're probably going to be sad that their life is completely different than when you first started watching them, because they almost got all these opportunities and maybe you didn't. You know what I mean? And you feel like they've almost outgrew you in a way. You know, you can identify that with whatever YouTuber it may be. And that is sad, but also at the same time, it's like closing people in for the sake of you wanting to relate to them. And you're not going to relate to someone for the longest time. But here we have an example of a YouTuber who's making the effort to not almost make the social media platform in which she has toxic with showing off everything she has and being able to do activities that we can all find ourselves doing day to day. And she's still getting criticized for it. Now, my final take on this is just, we do not have many YouTubers on this platform who are willing to just sit down and talk to a camera. It's not really what happens anymore. It's loud pranks, it is loud going out and doing stuff, it is loud travel vlogs, it is a lot, right? So, can we not try bully off the creators who are wanting to be... I'm sorry, I do think it's authentic. You know, if Emma Chamberlain doesn't really tell you that she has a boyfriend or whatever, she really doesn't have to tell you. And it's also the same with Tana. If Tana, well, we really don't care with Tana, but you know what I mean? We really don't need to know. And it also begs the question of how much people feel involved in a creator's life and the parasocial relationship that is created with each and every creator, right? That you are their best friend because you're watching and you're watching and you're watching. And at the same time, though, they're really not entitled to tell you everything. They're here to create content. Sure, if they've got popular from creating vlog content, who's to say whenever Emma Chamberlain was doing vlog content years and years ago and people found her relatable back then, that she wasn't hiding things? I don't know, I feel so confidently about the fact that it's upsetting that someone can be criticized for and then criticized against. Like, either or. Like, what are they supposed to do? I want to know what your opinion is, though. I really appreciate you watching this video. Please, 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 we'll talk about it below. I'm actually very interested to hear what the comment section's take on this is. Alright, thank you for watching, and bye. Mwah.